Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 32 of Estate Planning TV. I'm your host, Christopher Small, and this is the internet's most passionate show about estate planning. Today, we are here to talk about the number one mistake that I see when it comes to estate planning. And when I was thinking about what this one thing would be, what the main thing would be, I came up with a budget of possibilities. I came up with like maybe 5. To be honest, not a bunch, but there are several things. But today I just want to talk about one. I want to talk about the one that I see the most, the one that I think, and it's the biggest mistake that I see because it causes a number of different problems, and you know, it's. I was trying to think about sort of similar. Before I tell you what it is, I kind of want to tell you a story, right? That kind of, I think, reflects what it is. So I'm a golfer. I try to play a lot of golf. Well, I try to play a lot of golf. I like golf, though. I don't get to play a ton, but I like it. And I've taken lessons because I wanted to be good. And one of the things that I see people try to do when they try to learn anything new or do anything new is, so I go to the golf course, and there's sort of 2 ways that you can approach it, you know? And I've seen this from different people. You get a lesson, you go to the coach, and the coach sort of has 2 ways that he can approach teaching you golf. Way number 1 is to just give you everything all at once. Keep your, this is the way that you do the grip. You want to keep your knees bent, right? You want to take the club back slow and long. You want to hinge your wrist. You want to keep your wrist bowed. You want to make sure that your the bottom of the club points at the ground, at the ball when you're taking it back. You want to make sure that you keep your shoulders square. You want to make sure that the club points at the target when you're top of the backswing, and on and on and on and on. When you begin the downswing, you want to shift your weight from your back foot to your front foot, and you want to turn your hips and blah 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 blah. Have I already lost you? Good, because that's what happens with most people. When you start doing that, it's just an overload of information. You become overwhelmed. You're thinking about too many different things, so many different things, in fact, that you can't really focus on what the most important thing is, right? Which is just getting the swing going. And so that's kind of the first way. The second way is, you come with someone, and this was really the way I learned. And what they said was, okay, you're gonna take the club. This is how you do the grip. All I want you to think about today is the grip. Now we're gonna go back a little bit, and we're gonna just come through and hit the ball, back and through, hit the ball. I really just want you to think about sort of making good contact, seeing the ball, blah, blah, blah. And it was really quite easy, right? The lesson was easy because it was, I didn't have too many things to think about. I wasn't overcomplicating things. I wasn't getting into the weeds and sort of, and basically paralysis by analysis, right? Sort of the way that it goes. And this is leads me right into the biggest mistake that I see with people when it comes to estate planning. There's the tendency to sort of overcomplicate things, to go down the rabbit holes of hypotheticals, right? Well, what if this happens, and then that happens, and then that happens, and then that happens? Have we protected against this with our estate plan, right? Is what people tend to do. They also think, I want to completely eliminate estate planning taxes, and that means if that means setting up 3 or 4 different trusts, that's great. Let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. Let's work on it. Let's, again, go down this hypothetical rabbit hole, figure out all these things. And then, even though we don't have anything done yet, right? So we have kids at home, a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old. Even though we don't have a will that names long-term guardians, we don't have a simple trust set up to make sure that they don't waste all the money if something happens to us. Even though we don't have these basics done, we want to go all the way to the end of the road. And then what happens is, people end up doing nothing, right? They end up not taking the steps to getting things done. I've even had clients that wanted to do things that they overcomplicated, and it takes just a lot longer time. So the number one mistake that I see with people is overcomplicating things, overthinking things. When it comes to estate planning, it's really critically important to think of it like you're building a house, right? The first thing that you want to do is create the foundation, right? You want to get the basics done. You want to make sure that if something happens to you, your family is protected at least minimally, right? You want to make sure that you have those foundational things in place so if something happens to your family, they're taken care of, right? That's step one. You can build on that then over time, right? You can come in later and you can do some estate tax planning if you need to. You can do some charitable planning if you need to or want to, right? You can really do whatever you want, but don't try to put the roof on the house before the basement is built, right? To use another maybe bad analogy, right? So that's the biggest mistake. So if you are watching this right now and you're thinking to yourself, it kind of sounds like me, I know we need to get something done. I don't have anything done, but I'm either nervous or I'm not sure what to do, or I feel like it's going to be really super complicated. Don't worry about it, okay? Just commit to getting the basics done, learning about what those basics are, getting them done, and then moving on from there if you need to or want to, and maybe you don't. That's okay too. All right, so that's it. So biggest mistake I see when it comes to estate planning is overcomplicating things unnecessarily. Build the foundation of your estate plan. Build the house that is your estate plan, one piece at a time. All right, that is it. Once again, I'm Christopher Small with CMS Law Firm. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. I hope this helped. If you want to learn more, if you want to take those first steps, that's great. I'd love to help you. You can email me, chris@cmslawfirm.com. You can call me, 206-659-1512. You can go to the website and schedule a time to talk, cmslawfirm.com. You can send me a letter. You can do whatever you want. All right, but bottom line is please do something, particularly if you have nothing, because it can save your family. It can save a ton of heartache, a ton of frustration. It can save you money over the long run. And I would love to and be honored to be someone that can help you do that. All right, so that's it. Have a great day. See ya.